Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiraye Nasta Prayesu Habadresu Nityam Bhagavatam Sevaya Bhagavate Uttamasloke Bhakti Bhavati Naisakhe. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 7, Text 41. Huh? Oh, 39. Sorry, I'm looking at this side. Chapter entitled Lord Shiva Saves the Universe. Prane Swe Pranina Panti. Prana Swe Pranina Panti. Sadhavasana Bangure. Sadhavasana Bangure. Baddha Vairesu Bhutesu. Baddha Vairesu Bhutesu. Mohite Satma Mayayam. Mohite Svatma Mayayam. Prane Swe Pranina Panti. Sadhavasana Bangure. Baddha Vairesu Bhutesu. Mohite Svatma Mayayam. Prane Swe Pranina Panti. Sadhavasana Bangure. Baddha Vairesu Bhutesu. Mohite Svatma Mayayam. Prane by life, sway their own. Pranina, other living entities. Panti, protect. Sadhava, devotees. Sanabhangure, temporary. Baddha Vairesu, unnecessarily engaged in animosity. Bhutesu, unto living entities. Mohitesu, bewildered. Atmamayaya, by the external energy of the Lord. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: people in general, being bewildered by the illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, always engaged in animosity toward one another. But devotees, even at the risk of their own temporary life, try to save them. Papa, this is the characteristic of a Vaishnava, para dukkha dukhi. A Vaishnava is always unhappy to see the conditioned souls unhappy. Otherwise, he would have no business teaching them how to become happy. In materialistic life, people most certainly engage in activities of animosity. Materialistic life is therefore compared to samsara dhavanala, a blazing forest fire that automatically takes place. Lord Shiva and his followers in the parampara system try to save people from this dangerous condition of materialistic life. This is the duty of devotees following the principles of Lord Shiva and belonging to the Rudra Sampradaya. There are 4 Vaishnava Sampradaya, and the Rudra Sampradaya is one of them because Lord Shiva Rudra is the best of the Vaishnavas. Vaishnavanam Yada Sambhu. Indeed, as we shall see, Lord Shiva drank all the poisons for the benefit of humanity. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksuranmulitamena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Gurun Sri Yuttapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sangrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Sam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Visakan Vitam Sha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Leena Bando Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhano Sude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Navancha Kalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Ivecha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Has the mic died again?
Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Prane swe pranina panti sadhavasana bhangure baddha vaire subhute su mohite swatma mayayam. People in general, being bewildered by the illusionary energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, are always engaged in animosity toward one another. But devotees, even at the risk of their own temporary life, try to save them. So here, we are continuing the wonderful quality of Lord Shiva. Being a Vaishnava is always thinking the welfare of the every living being in the world. Somewhere or other, Prabhupada here writes in the purport that the conditioned soul in the world, for unnecessarily they become animosity against each other for no reason. Nobody like to see nobody in the world. Somewhere or other, the fear has come into the human life due to losing whatever they have become attached to. Like we've been discussing, those who are lacking of knowledge, they don't like to see, generally they don't like to see somebody is doing more better or progressing more better than them. The moment they see somebody is doing more better than them and they're trying to finish them off. So much of enviousness is there. So much of animosity is there due to losing their own position in the material world. Dhyayato visayam pumsam sangate supajayate sanga sanjayate kama kama krodha bijayate krodha bhavati sammoda sammoda brahma vistate. Beautifully in the second chapter, text 62 onward, the Lord is explaining that due to the contamination on the object of the senses, the living being, they develop attachment towards them, and from the attachment, lust develop, from the lust, anger develop, from the anger, bewilderment of memory develop, from the bewilderment of the memory, delusion arises. From that, slowly the living entities, they lose their memory of what their actual position in the material world. When they lose the intelligence, they fall again into the life of birth and death. It is all beginning simply. They have become attached to object of the senses in the material world. Sarvabhutam samatmanam sarvabhutani chatmani ikshate yoga yuktatma sarvatra samadarshina. The chapter 6, text 29, Krishna explains, only way the living entity will be able to bring their mind and senses under their control by seeing the Lord everywhere. He says when the living entity see the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they see everything, all the creation, they see in Krishna. And when they see the living entities, they see Krishna inside them. So inside Krishna they see everything else, and inside the living being they see Krishna is seated there. In this way, everywhere they are always seeing Krishna. Antakale cha mamevam smaran muktva kalevaram yaprayati samarbhavam yatinatri antra samsaya. By becoming conscious of Krishna, at the time of death, being conscious of Krishna, Krishna says, surely you will enter into my kingdom. So in this way, the living entities, they have to understand their origin is coming from Krishna himself. Yadattaror mola nisichinena tripyamti tandaskrinda bhujo pasako. When the water is poured into the root of the tree, naturally the tree and the leaves and the branches become very healthy and very nourished and very attractive to look, to see. Somewhere or other there is still, they're not very sure where is their origin. There was a boy, he asked his father, my dear father, please tell me, where we have come from. The father says, oh, you are going to school, you are not reading the science. We have come from monkey, the father said. Then he went to his mother. He asked the mother, Mother, please tell me, where do we have come from? The mother said, you do not know, we have come from God. And the boy said, but father says, no, we have come from monkey. The mother said, that is your father's generation coming from monkey. Still, the scientists, the advanced, so-called advanced people in the world, they are not very sure. But Krishna says, Uritmamolam adasakam asvatam prahor avyayam. In the chapter 15, text 1 onward, Krishna says that if a person can understand the unperishable of banyan tree, Krishna compared the human being like a banyan tree standing next to the river, and the banyan tree looks upside down in the river, and he says the roots are spread all over in the banyan tree. Very difficult to trace back where is the origin of the root of the banyan tree. Na rupam asyeya tadopalabhyate nananto nachari sampratistha asvatamenam suvirodhamulam asanga sasrena rudena chitva. In the chapter 15, text 3, Krishna says very difficult to see the origin of the living being, where it has begun, where is ending is not easy for anybody to understand. But my dear Arjun, somewhere at the cut off the root of this material world and return to the origin of your existence. So only way to cut off the root of this materialistic connection through the detachment. Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Jayanate Janayatu Asvairagyam Jnanachahat. I have to come that through the devotional service to Vasudeva Krishna, automatically the devotee develop bhakti, jnanam and vairagyam. So in this way, we see that the devotees don't have any fear in their life. They are not bewildered by anything in their life because they are very properly situated and they are always very eager how to help others in the world. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was talking with Sanatana Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, he told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Apana rayita inta kichu nahi jane, gramya vihare pandito tai satya mane. Please tell me, who am I, who am I, who am I? Mahaprabhu says, Jivare Swarupai Krishnare Nityadas, Krishnare Tadata Sakti Beda Beda Prakash, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Chadya Kabunaya Sarvanilichuda Chitte Karaye Udhaya. Mahaprabhu says, every living entities in this world, they are eternal servant of Krishna. And the Krishna Prem, the love of Krishna is already in the heart of every living being. He can be revived again by hearing about Krishna consciousness. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says a devotee should become a good gardener. A good gardener, he plants the seed and he takes care, pouring water properly, protect the plant. So he said to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Sanatana Goswami, you should take care of the seed of your bhakti through hearing and chanting. Unfortunately, people don't have that kind of patience, to sit, to hear and chant. There was a small monkey, baby monkey, jumping from one tree to another tree, looking for some fruits, some food. And one of the senior monkey told the junior monkey, "You're always jumping and looking around for some fruits in the tree, but it will be good if you can plant your own tree. And later when the tree is grown, there are plenty of fruits will be there. You no need to go here and there, look for the fruit. So easily you can take the fruits from the plant you have planted." So the junior monkey asked the senior monkey how to plant the tree that it can bear a lot of fruits. And the senior monkey, he gave few seeds of a fruit tree. He said, "You go and plant the seed, put it in the soil, cover the soil, and every day you have to pour water. Then wait." So this junior monkey got the seed of a tree, and then he went, put it into the soil, dig a hole and put it in the soil and cover it. And every day he pour water into the seed. But one day finished, the next day you go and see nothing is coming out, nothing is growing, And he goes, another day nothing is coming. So after 1 month, he went back to the senior monkey. He said, "I planted the seed you have given, but nothing has grown from there." So the senior monkey says, "Maybe you did not pour enough water." And the junior monkey said, No, I pour more than what he said." And the senior monkey said, "Oh, that means, you have poured a lot of water. That's what I think the seed has become rotten." And the junior monkey said, No, the seed is not rotten." So the senior monkey asked, "How do you know the seed is not rotten?" He said, "Because every day I take out and see." So you don't follow the procedure because no patience. But dear Lord Shiva, being a Vaishnava, Titikshava Karunika Surida Sarvadheyina Ajata Santrava Santa Sadhuva Sadhubhushana. A real devotee means he has got a lot of tolerance, he has got a lot of mercy, he is very friendly to every living being, and he is not making animosity with anybody around. He follows the injunction given in the Shastra, then he always lives very peacefully in his life. So here, Lord Shiva follows this method very nicely. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, take care of your bhakti through hearing and chanting. And Lord Shiva is addicted to hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. He is addicted to chant the holy name of the Lord. There is a temple in Kerala, the place called Kottayur. Is on northern side of the Kerala. There is one Lord Shiva's temple. Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati, they've been installed in the temple, but the temple is only open just for a few days a year. So there was a great devotee of Krishna by the name of Pundhanam. So he went to the temple when they opened after some time. He went with some of the devotees and he recited the Srimad Bhagavatam from the 10th canto as a discussion, the topic of Rukmani and Krishna. So that topic is that Krishna teases Rukmani. Krishna says, there are so many other wealthy men around, like Sisupal, like a Jarasandha and so on. Why you choose me? You should have chosen them. So Rukmani felt like Krishna is not having love for her. The moment she heard the tease of Krishna, she fell fainted. And Krishna said, don't worry, I was just joking with you. So these are the subject on the 10th canto. He was reciting in the temple, the Pundanam, devotee of Krishna. So one day he recite, that chapter, then he put the bookmark there to continue, go to the next chapter. The next day morning he comes back, he see the bookmarks in the same chapter again. So he recites again. Throughout his stay in the temple there, he recited only the same chapter again and again because the bookmarks go back to same chapter. So after finish, the temple to be closed, so he left from there. On the way back then he realized that he has left his Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam book in the temple. So he come alone to take back the book. And the moment he comes alone to take back the book, and then he heard that, somebody reciting the same chapter of the Bhagavatam. And through the hole of the keyhole of the door of the temple, he saw that Lord Shiva is reciting the same chapter of the Bhagavatam to his wife Parvati. So after reciting, Parvati, Lord Shiva asked Parvati, so you happy hearing the Bhagavatam? Did I recite it very nicely for you? She said, I happy enjoyed hearing the Bhagavatam. But I think Pundanam's recital is more better than your recital. So in this way, Lord Shiva is always hearing. And now we are saying that, for the ultimate benefit of the world, the universe, Lord Shiva is ready to drink the poison. So now, Mother Parvati, she told him that it's quite dangerous to drink the poison. Understanding the mind of the Parvati, Lord Shiva says, no danger can do anything to me in the world. So Parvati was, astonished to hear that how come no danger will do anything to Lord Shiva. She asked him, this is poison, if you drink, it is a danger. How come you said that no danger can do anything to you? And that moment, Lord Shiva says, Keno payan nalguna Vishnu namo sahasranam padyate pandita nityam richam pandam yagam. Lord Shiva told Parvati, no danger can do anything to me in the world because I'm always chanting the Vishnu Sahasranam. Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manoram Sahasras Nama Bistulyam Rama Nama Varaname. I'm always chanting the name of Ram. For that reason, not only this poison, no danger in the world can do anything to me. So he has that kind of faith in the holy name of the Lord. There was another devotee, Lord Ram's devotee. His name is Ramdas, and this boy is only 5 years old boy. The parents, being a devotee, they gave him a small Ram Murti, Vigraha of Lord Ram. So every day he is doing puja, he is playfully, whatever he knows, a small boy. He bathed the deity, he dressed the deity, he does whatever way he knows, playfully the boy is doing. And he is addicted to every day chant, Ram's name, going to the school, coming back from school. Every time he will call Ram, 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 he will call Ram's name. So all his devotees, all his friends knows that, this Ramdas is always addicted to Ram's name. So this boy became a very famous in the village. That, he's a very, advanced devotee of Ram. He's addicted to the name of Ram. So one day when he was coming back from school, he saw some of his friends, they were, taking some stone, and on top of the tree, there was a bird sitting on top of the tree. So they were aiming at the tree, they're throwing the stone, towards the bird, and somewhere or other, no stones, beat the bird. So they were trying to, attack the bird, but they're not able to do so. At that time, Ramadas was coming, then they called him, Ramadas, you come here. You are always chanting Ram's name, and you are telling Ram's name is very powerful, And even all the Brahmanas, they are not happy with you because everybody glorifying you, you be the bigger Ram devotee. So now if you think Ram's name is very powerful, if you can take a stone and then, you aim at the bird, if you can kill the bird, we believe that, your Ram name is, very powerful. So he says, what is difficult for Lord Ram? Everything is easy. So he took a stone, without aiming at the bird, he chanted, Rama, 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 Ram. Rama, 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 Ram. While chanting the names of Ram, he threw the stone, and then the stone went and hit the bird. The bird fell and bird died. At that time the Brahmanas, they came, they said, we know that, you are duplicity, you are not a true devotee of Ram. You are just, false devotee of Ram. Look at you, in the name of Ram, you have killed one bird there. And the boy, Ramdas says, so what is the problem now? If I, kill the bird in the name of Ram, I can bring back, the bird into life again by the name of Ram. And the Brahmana said, even your Lord Ram comes to the world, he cannot bring the bird back to life again. And he says, how come you don't have that kind of faith? You're Brahmana, but you don't have a faith in Ram. Then they said, okay, you prove to us. So this Ramdas, the boy went and picked up the bird, he put it on his palm, he just, like that. He chanted again, Rama, 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 Ram, Rama, Rama. While chanting the Ram's name, he threw the bird and the bird started to fly again. And the bird came back again to the Brahmanas. He says, this boy only 5 years old. He doesn't know much of mantra and anything else. He has got that kind of faith in Ram, and you people, knows all the mantra, the Vedas, And he said, you don't have faith in the Ram's name. So in this way, Lord Shiva has got a great faith in the names of the Lord in this Srimad Bhagavatam. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes to the world. He said, very simple process. When Subudhi Roy, and he was born in a Brahmana family, he was following the path of Dharma. When Subudhi Roy, walked around, there was some Muslim. That time it was the invasion of Muslim. The Muslim, they caught Subudhi Roy and then they took some water. They sprinkled the water on Subudhi Roy by chanting some mantra. And after that they said, now you are no more Hindu, you are converted to Islam already. So Subudhi Roy do not know what to do because these people have chanted some mantra, sprinkled the water on him, and they said, you are Muslim already, you follow the Islam religion. So Subudhi Roy went to all the Brahmanas, the Smarta Brahmanas, the professional Brahmanas. He went and asked them for some sort of prayachita, atonement, how to come back again to the Hindu religion again. So all the Brahmanas told him, you go back to your house, you take a tin of ghee, you boil the ghee and then you drink the ghee. Boiling ghee you should drink. In other words, they told him, there is no atonement for you, you die only. That's the only solution. Then he did not know what to do, crying, he went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said, Mahaprabhu, this is what has happened. The Muslim have sprinkled water on me, they said I'm already now Muslim ready, no more Hindu. So what to do? I went to all the Brahmanas. The smart Brahmana, they told me that there is no atonement, there is no way to for you to revive. Only way you have to die. So what I should do? Mahaprabhu told Subudhi Roy, Harer Nama, Harer Nama Yava Kevalam. Kalau nasti eva gati anyataha. He said in Kali Yuga there is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. Other than chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Tare Madhya Sarve Shrestha Nama Sankirtanam. He says that in Kali Yuga, even there are 9 processes of the devotional service. The important one, he says, always to chant the Hare Krishna mantra. Aite habe samsara mochana, Krishna nama aite pabe, Krishna re charana. If you faithfully continue the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, the time will come you'll be able to have a darshan, a personal darshan of Lord Krishna, and you will be delivered from the conditional life. So in this way that we have to understand Kali Yuga is a very difficult time, very difficult age. Even human beings are endowed with everything in their life. They become very restless in their life. Prayen paisa sabya khalau asmin yuke janna. Manda sumanda madhyo manda bhagya upadrita. In Kali Yuga, that duration of human's life will be reduced day by day. There will be a argument. If 2 people come together, that will be an argument and fight. And people will become very lazy in Kali Yuga. They will be misguided in Kali Yuga. And even they have got all the material advancement, they become very unhappy, unsatisfied. And finally, people in Kali Yuga will become very unlucky. With mountains of trouble and difficulties, tests and tribulation in Kali Yuga. Still, there will be one solution, very simple solution will be given to them. So many problems, but the solution is very simple. It's only 16 words of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Only simple solution. Too many problems. No? But the solution is very, very simple. He said, chanting of the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. But somewhere or other, the human become very unlucky, That means they become very unlucky because even there's a simple process, simple solution is there, they were reluctant to take the simple solution. There was a man, he was looking for a parrot, but he was looking for a parrot which can speak. So he was looking around in many different places. He was not able to find a speaking parrot. Then finally, somebody said there's one shop, in another village, they're selling a parrot, you should go and see. So he went to the shop, and then he saw the parrot was there. And then he asked the shopkeeper, so I want a parrot, I want to buy a parrot, but I want the parrot to speak, And the shopman says, you come after, 3 days, I will have the parrot ready for you. So he went back and came back. After 3 days, then the shopman gave him a parrot. He said, this is a parrot. So what is the price? He said, $1,000. And the man says, very, expensive. For a small parrot like that, asking for $1,000 is too expensive. The man said, the shopman said, you are asking for speaking parrot. So this is the only parrot can speak. That is why the price is $1,000. So then he asked the shopman, are you sure this parrot can speak? He said, very sure. Then he asked, are you sure the parrot can speak? He said, very sure. Third time he asked, are you sure the parrot can speak? He said, you ask the parrot. So he asked the parrot, can you speak? The parrot said, no, why are you doubting me? And again he asked the parrot, can you speak? Oh, why are you doubting me? Can you speak? Why are you doubting me? The 3 words he said, why are you doubting me? Then, he bought the parrot and went to the house. He said, tonight I got, night shift, I have to go to work. And I bought you and came because I got a problem here, cat problem. Somewhere or other the cat entered from somewhere, is making a mess, of the kitchen, everything. So your job is that when the cat enter, you must scream. Can you do that? Why you are doubting me? Can you do that? Why you are doubting me? So he left the parrot there and then he went to work. The next day morning he came back, surely the cat has entered and the whole mess, kitchen been messed, everything thrown here and there. Then he came to the parrot and he asked the parrot, I told you last night before going to work, if the cat comes, you should scream. Did you do that? Why you are doubting me? Did you do that? Why you are doubting me? No, I'm asking, why you are doubting me? Then he said, you only know these 3 words? Why you are doubting me? So just by teaching that 3 words, the man has made, $1,000. Prabhupada said just by chanting the 16 words, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, you get, freedom from the whole material entanglement of the world. It's a very, very simple process, Mahaprabhu is bringing. Kale dosam nidarajan asya eko mahan guna kirtanat eva krishnaya mukta sangha param vrajet. That, Kali Yuga is full of trouble, full of problems. But there is only one good quality is there, that one should always chant the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He opens the door for liberation for the living entities. So in this way that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is bringing the holy name, and at that moment when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was singing and going in South India, and then he came to a village, there's one Brahmana by the name of Kurma, and the Brahmana had so much of problem in life, then he was crying, sitting and crying. And he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very happy. And then he went and fell at the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He says, Mahaprabhu, please take me with you and go. I got too many problems in my life. I got too much of family problem. Take me and go. I want to be happy. Sometimes people do not know, that, what is the actual problem. Sometimes the problem you have got is a smaller problem compared to, your real problem is that birth, old age, disease and death is the real and the biggest problem in your life. The moment you understand there is more bigger problem in life, birth, old age, disease and death. So you're not going to sit and cry for all these, small temporary problem here. Why we are going through too many problems? Because, we are taking birth in the world. The moment you take birth, you are subjected to old age, subjected to disease, subject to death. There was, a boy at a friend, and his friend died in a very early age. So the boy, he went to his guru, he told the guru, oh, my friend just died in an early age. But, for me, I wanted to know, before death, I must know, that death is coming. The guru said, there is not a problem, that one you have to speak to Yamaraj. So he was given a mantra to meet Yamaraj. And Yamaraj says, everyone born in the world, they must die. And the boy said, I know that everybody must die, but I must know that death is coming to me. Don't simply like my friend, just come and take and go. That is not very good. Yamaraj said, no problem, I will send you a letter. So the boy, one time he came to the age of 88 years old, and he was lying down in the death bed. Old age, he's lying down. And Yamaraj came to take his life. Then he got very upset with Yamaraj. I told you that, before you come, you should send me a letter. Yamaraj says, I already, send you 4 letters. He said, what are the letters? He said, number 1 letter is that, all your black hair became grey, turning to be grey. This is the first letter I sent you that I'm coming for you. Not you, you're always grey, I think. When the dark hair become grey, white hair, that is an indication that death is coming towards us. He said, I send you a first letter, all your dark hair, turn to become grey. That was the first letter, but you thought you were very intelligent. You went to the shop, saloon, and then you buy a dark paint, and then you make it dark again. And the second letter I send you is that your eyesight, you are losing your eyesight, power of your seeing, seeing power has been reduced. But you went to the a shop, and then you buy a glass, and then you thought everything is okay for you. What was the third letter? The third letter is that slowly your teeth start falling. And he went to the dentist, he fixed it back again, he thought everything is okay with me. The fourth letter, you are not able to walk, then you, with the help of a stick, you begin to walk. So I have sent you 4 letters, but you covered all these letters thinking that you are very intelligent. The 5th one I brought with myself. What are the 5th letter? He said, the rope I brought. By this rope I'm going to tie you and then I'm going to drag you to my planet. So Yamaraj is not fool. A human being been given all those things. There was a lady who was working in a factory, and the boss is not very generous, he's very, very, very hard man. Every time the boss will scold the workers, and this lady, every time she gets scolded by the boss in the factory. And whenever the boss scolding, she will she was keeping her husband's photo in the pocket. And whenever the factory boss, he scold, and then she will take out the photo of her husband, look at the husband photo, and then, she come again, peaceful. So every time when problem, she'll take up the photo and see. So one day, one of the friend asked her, oh wow, looks like, you love your husband so much, you're attached to your husband. Whenever problem, you take out the photo, you see the husband's photo, and then, you become peaceful, and then, you carry on your work. So how you are so attached to your husband? How you love your husband so much, She said, not I love my husband, I become attached to my husband. Whenever somebody scold me, whenever there's a problem, I take out, see my husband, because nothing can be more worse than him. He gives me all the hell in my life, So whenever there are other problem, I look at him, I pacify myself, Nothing is worse than this guy, So like that, a human being, they don't understand. There are bigger problem in life, No money is a small problem. You got a headache is a small problem. You got stomach pain is a small problem. The greatest problem is that we have to die, and nobody likes to die. Krishna says, Jatasya dhruvam mritur dhruvam janma mrityasya cha tasmat apari haririte natum sochita arhasi. Whoever has taken birth, they are very sure to die. Again in the chapter 2:22, Krishna says, Vachamsi jirnani yada vihaya navani griyate naroparani tada sarirani vihaya jirnani anyani devi samyani devi. Krishna says that just like, throwing away the whole garments and putting on the new one, when you die, you take another body. And how the body is going to be? Yam yam api smaran bhavam sajantyante kalivaram tam tam ivaiti kaunteya saratat bhava bhavita. Whatever you think at the time of death, that is what you attain in your next life. In this way, people do not understand. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to this village, and this Brahmana was crying that, I got too much problem in life, so please take me with you. Mahaprabhu said, there is no requirement for you to follow me. He said, your problem is not your family, your problem is not your job, your problem, is not your money, anything. Your problem is that you have forgotten Krishna. Krishna boli se jiva anadhir bahir mukha atahi vamaya tare deha samsara dukha. He said, due to forgetfulness of Krishna, now you have fallen into the cycle of birth and death. In the ocean of birth and death, you are drowning, you are going through so much of problem. Only way, he says, is that by chanting the holy name of the Lord, you will see that what you thought is a problem is no longer a problem in your life. So Mahaprabhu says, stay wherever you are. Yare deke tare kaha Krishna upadesh. Amara hagya hai tare he desh. Mahaprabhu says, we stay here and chant the Hare Krishna mantra, and due course of time Krishna will give all the happiness and peace in your life. When you understand the mercy of Krishna, the kindness of Krishna, so then now whomever you meet, you tell them, you want to be happy and peaceful in your life. You also chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So in this way, chanting of Hare Krishna mantra will remove. There are certain enemies are sitting inside us. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. There is an enemy, of all kinds of desire. There's an enemy, anger. Anger is another enemy. There's another enemy, is a greed. And there's a fourth enemy is, illusion. There are a fifth enemy is called madness. There's a sixth enemy called matsarya, enviousness. So the enemies are sitting inside us. As long as the enemies are not been thrown out from our mind, it's very difficult for us to become peaceful and happy in our life. One of the Halwar, a great devotee of Krishna, he says, Ingi ille panbu pol vitiruttal tannudiya. He says that, he tells the enemies in his mind, he says, my dear enemies, I have not invited to come and sit inside me, but you have come without invitation. So you come without invitation, you better live without, me telling you. He said, that place I was keeping for Lord Krishna. Somewhere or other you have taken over the place of Lord Krishna and you are sitting there. In this way he said, all over the world he says, there are plenty of everything. He said, there are plenty of school, plenty of college and university, plenty of, material advancement. Everything is plenty. But he says, to find somebody who is a real gentleman, a very honest person, very kind person, who is with, all, divine quality, to find that person is very difficult because the enemies are sitting is inside them. And Prabhupada says a story of a young boy and young girl. They were in the village, and then they fall in love. And they want to get married, but their parents were not agreeable. So somewhere or other they thought, only way to get married, run away from the village. Go and get married somewhere else. So they appointed, one boatman, because there's a village they have to cross to go to the city. So they appointed one boatman. They said, you come midnight, 12 o'clock, we'll pay you the money, you take us across the river, then we'll go. The boatman have agreed. So midnight, 12 o'clock, the boatman came. And then these two, lovers, young boy and young girl, they went and sat in the boat. And the boatman, started to row the boat. He's rowing and rowing the boat. Next day morning, when the sunlight rised, they saw the boat doesn't move even an inch. The boat was still in the place where they parked. And later they find out the boatman has forgotten to release the anchor. Prabhupada says, as long as you don't release the anchor of your enemy, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, then you may not be making the kind of progress and advancement in Krishna consciousness. And Mahaprabhu said the easy way to release the anchor, take away the enemies from your mind, is to fit the mind with Krishna consciousness, hearing and chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Lord Shiva is willing to drink the poison because he knows truly that the Lord will protect him. With that faith, his chanting, his bearing become very powerful, and it becomes the topmost Vaishnava. Vaishnavanam Yadasam, we became the topmost Vaishnava in the world. Okay, thank you so much for being here this morning. Anybody got any questions or any comment today? Yes, Prabhu.
I was wondering, in India there are so many temples of Vishnu and Krishna and Shiva and Durga. But we don't find temples where Brahma is worshipped, not Brahma. So is there a reason, a story behind that?
Yeah, Lord Brahma is not been worshipped, mostly, that's one temple, I think, in Orissa side, there's a Brahma temple is there. The Lord Brahma, he has got the curse of cannot be worshipped because he told a lie about, there was an incident that, they brought, Lord Shiva's on the head of a Lord Shiva, They wanted to see what is on the head of a Lord Shiva. And then, Lord Vishnu, he found, only ways to see on the head of a Lord Shiva, not to climb on him. And then, Lord Vishnu went and touched the feet of Lord Shiva. When Lord Shiva bowed down, then Krishna saw what was on the head of Lord Shiva. Whereas, Lord Brahma, without doing any of this thing, he simply lied, what was on the head of Lord Shiva. For that reason of lying, that he been told that you have not been eligible to be worshipped by anybody. So in this way, practically Lord Brahma is not been worshipped in many places, but some places like Myanmar, Thailand, some places there are still little bit here and there. But basically, also Lord Brahma being another jiva. Lord Brahma is not God himself. He's not even that empowered compared to like Vishnu is God himself. Lord Brahma is a living entity, and Lord Shiva in between Brahma and Vishnu. So somewhere or other, people go more towards Lord Shiva, understanding that he is also extraordinary in giving them different kind of benediction. So people not that inclined, the temple not been established that much around because they found they are not going to be that much gain by worshipping Lord Brahma. So out of these three murti, they always go for either Lord Vishnu or Lord Shiva.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for the very valuable lecture. You were talking these days about the three modes of material nature. And it's said in the Bhagavad Gita that according to our own nature, we are getting entangled in the different modes of material nature. How can we as devotees in our daily life overcome this problem to become, according to our nature, entangled with these three modes?
Well, before Prabhupada left his body, in 1977, Prabhupada was talking about this thing. He says, always you should uplift your consciousness to keep in the mode of goodness all the time. And he says that, that you can do by, waking up, getting up early morning, the Brahma Muhurta time, by reading his book, by chanting the holy name, and always keeping your association with those devotees who have developed that kind of, upliftment in their life. In the Krishna consciousness, only two things is going to be very much beneficial to you. The chanting of your holy name and always keeping yourself in the association of the devotees. In the chapter 18, text 40, Krishna says that Natat Pratyamti. He says that, even the demigods are not free from the influence of the three modes of material nature. He says that, Sweswe Karmani Abhirata Samsiddhim Labate Nara. But everybody can get perfected in their life. In the 1845 he says that. In the 1846 he says that, Yada Pravartir Bhutani Yena Sarvam Idam Tada Swakarmanam Tam Abhyaricha. He says that, that by coming to me, by connecting yourself in Krishna consciousness, he said everybody can attain perfection. In the 1847, Krishna says, Sreyan Swadharma Vigunan Paro Dharma Swani. The highest dharma in the world, by focusing your dharma, your duty as being, either on the social side or spiritual side, being focused into whatever in the system you are, sitting now, in the Varnashram system. Then he says that, in this way that, he says, focus into your own dharma, own duty of life without, indulging in something which is you are not, subject to. So it's the only way you can do the thing is that through a proper association, a good association. And you yourself, you know that, when you are in Germany, what is your level of consciousness? When you go to, places like, Mayapur, Vrindavan, you know how the consciousness, is all, different altogether, and in the association of somebody very, kanista, how it affects your own, consciousness, and somebody who's in the Uttama level, how your consciousness is uplifted. So only way is that, through your consciousness, through your association with, that kind of minded people who have got that kind of, mindset that, they always wanted to progress and keep themselves, in the mode of goodness. At least we should uplift. As I said before that, we are like a fire. Mode of goodness is like a dry grass. So if the fire touches the dry grass, it becomes more better. That means, the moment you associate with somebody more advancing, more serious about Krishna consciousness, and your Krishna consciousness more blossoming. And, as a fire, it said that if you go and fall at the, wet grass, and now the smoke won't be there, only, the fire won't be there, only the smoke will be there. Similarly, you go and associate with somebody, not really advanced, then what happens, you struggle more without that kind of happiness in Krishna consciousness. But if you as a fire go and fall in the water, you're no longer the fire there. Similarly, the moment you associate with, kanista kind of people, that, you will see that, your Krishna consciousness, go down more, lower and lower. You feel very unhappy in the path of Krishna consciousness. So only way you have to do is that, always remain in the association of good devotees. The Shastra says, someone lower than you, you compassion with them, give them Krishna consciousness. Somebody equals to you, you share Krishna consciousness. Somebody more higher than you, you take shelter of that person. And Mahaprabhu says, Trinadapi Sunichana, always remain humble, be tolerant, respect everybody. In the same time, don't expect anything in return for your glorification. So we have to remain very humble in our life, and we have to have a tolerance that, these are cultivations, a process, as I said before, like the junior monkey, that, you cannot be impatient that, you wanted to do, you want to see the result immediately. It takes some time. You plant, anything, it takes some time to fructify as a tree, to see the fruits in the tree. And always you have to try to avoid the offenses to the Vaishnavas. They're very, very important. Should not have, I think I said before that there are 6 things known as a Vaishnava aparat. Number 1 is killing a Vaishnava. And number 2, blaspheming a Vaishnava. Number 3, thinking bad about a Vaishnava. Always having a ill thinking about a Vaishnava. Number 4, angry upon seeing a Vaishnava. Number 5, not liking to see the Vaishnava. And number 6, not bowing down before the devotee is also an offense. So always you should know that, you are more, humbler than, always you are ready to take, knowledge from any part, anywhere from life, Everything can give you some education, provided you are humble and you are ready for the learning. So 25% you learn from the teacher, 25% by your own, homework, another 25% in the association of devotees. The last 25% you learned on the journey of life. Life journey will teach you 25% of your education. Your devotee association will teach you 25. Your own endeavor will teach you 25. Your guru will teach you another 25. In this way, you will have 100% of knowledge in your life through this process. That means your contribution, your commitment also must be there in your progress. So in this way, you have to understand that everybody has got some sort of shortcomings, In the chapter 18 text, 48 Krishna says, Numya Agnir, he says that, just like the smoke is covered by the fire is covered by the smoke. Every endeavor of the human being is covered by some sort of mistake. But one should not give up, their duty because of some, shortcomings. So in this way that we have to always keep ourselves, Krishna conscious. Importantly that, don't underestimate anybody around you. When Ravana was dying, Lord Ram told Lakshman to take some advice from Ravana. Lord Lakshman was thinking, Ravana is a demon, what advice I can get from him. Lord Ram says, he's a demon, but he knows all the Vedas, Only thing is that he was very, proud, very arrogant. That has finished off, all his, life. But you ask him, he may give you some advice. So Lakshman went there reluctantly. You go to the, the head, the side of the head of Ravana, and he was standing like that, thinking what this guy is going to give me advice. So I asked him, so you tell, what do you want to tell me before die? Ravana was not talking anything. Then Lakshman went back, he told Ram. So Lord Ram came and stand, in front of his feet, Ravana. He said, please tell, everything. You're born to a Brahmana family due to, your, wrong association, lusty desire. You have made all those things, but still I believe, being a, man of educated with Veda, you can give some advice to the world before you die. And Ravana smilingly said, okay Ram, I'll tell. He says, number 1, he said there are good things and bad things in the world. He said the world is, comprised with good and bad. So you take the good thing today. He said bad things, I will look into it tomorrow. But tomorrow you do not know whether you're going to be here or not. Good things you do immediately, the bad one you postpone. I will do it next time, And he says, there are another thing is that, that you never, underestimate your enemy. He said, I made that mistake. I thought all these monkeys are useless, He said, I underestimated this all a monkey, what they can do to me, but actually I was wrong. So at any time, never underestimate your enemy around. And number 3, he says that, everybody has got some secret in their life. The life secret is there. And you never reveal your secret even to your own family members. He said, I've revealed to my brother Sugriva where my life force is. And he has told you, that is the part you should shoot to kill him. So in this way that, your life secret is there, don't reveal even to your own, friends, family members around. Comes to life and death, there is something is there in human's life, always keep it yourself. Number 2, never underestimate your enemies around. And number 1, between good and bad, always you go for the good one. Understand that we all have got our own shortcomings, that's what we have come to the world. There was a rich man was sitting on the balcony of his house, bungalow house, and he was with his wife, but the bungalow is made, but there is no fencing in the bungalow. And then he was peeling the mango, he was eating the mango, and then he was throwing away the seed of the mango after eating. So then wife was telling, wife looked, there was a beggar, coming, passing by the bungalow, his place. The beggar saw that, the husband and wife sitting on the balcony, then, they're throwing this mango seed after eating. So the beggar entered, and then he started to pick the mango seed, and then he tried to eat. So the wife told him, you build a big bungalow, but, you never build a fencing. See, all kinds of people are entering, And she got very upset. So rich man got down, and then he got hold of the beggar. He said, oh, you have entered my, garden, and you are eating this mango seed. He gave him a slap. The moment he slapped him, the beggar started to smile. Again, another slap he gave him. Again, the beggar smiled. So the rich man asked him, I'm slapping you, but why you are smiling? So then the beggar asked him, why you are slapping me, you tell me. He said, because you have entered, my garden, my house. Another thing is that, because you're eating, the seed I've thrown away. He said, for entering your garden, one time you give me a slap, and taking the mango seed and eating, you give me a slap. Only one time I did the one, but every day you're sitting in the garden, and every day you're eating the mango, then how much slap you're going to get up there, I also do not know. So like that, everybody has got something to, in life. The moment you are totally Krishna conscious, you no longer live in the world. You are ready to go back to Krishna. We live as long as, we are getting ready. The moment you Krishna conscious, Krishna said, Anta kale chamami mami. Think of me, you go back to him, that's it. So like that, by keeping yourself always with the devotees in association who have, uplifted their consciousness, in the mode of goodness. What is the symptom of a mode of goodness? That been explained in the chapter 14, text 6. Tatra sadvam nirmalatva prakasakam anamayam sukha sangena bhatnanti jnana sangena chanaga. Sadvam, the mode of goodness, nirmala means, it's very pure. It's not, contaminated by any kinds of, consciousness there. It's very pure consciousness. And then, it is, prakasakam anamayam, is, is prakasam, is very jubilant, very like enlightening, and, free of any kinds of sin. And those who are in the mode of goodness, they're always very happy in their life. And jnana sangha, they wanted to imbibe the knowledge. So those who are in the mode of goodness, they like the knowledge. Those who are in the those who are in the mode of passionate, they desire towards many kinds of material desires. Jnana, kama, moha. I mean, the symptom of somebody in the mode of goodness, they like jnana, knowledge. Symptom of somebody in a mode of passionate, they are karma, they like different kind of material desire. The symptom of somebody in mode of ignorance is moha, they are always in a very illusion condition of life. They are lazy, they are not inclined for anything else in their life. So in this way that you have to find somebody who is more inclined towards mode of goodness, and you associate with them, that will inspire you, it will uplift you. Only the association of devotees will uplift you. The moment you are in the very great association, you are very inspired. The moment you are with somebody outside, even you go to your parents' house, if they are not devotees, stay there for a few days, like you are, losing your Krishna consciousness. You wanted to live and come. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay, yes. You're already a teacher, what to teach you.
You were saying, it's more of a technical question. You mentioned the 50 qualities of Lord Brahma, and then Shiva has 55.
No, okay. No, Lord Brahma has got 50 quality, Lord Shiva 55, and Vishnu 60. Krishna 100, yeah.
So one of the 50 qualities that you mentioned of Lord Brahma, that Shiva has and Lord Krishna has and that we have, is that no one is more supreme than him. think
Supreme than who?
no one is more. I remember you said something that no one is more supreme, or he is the supreme, or it was something about supreme.
Who is the Supreme? Krishna is the Supreme.
Well, yes.
Yeah, Krishna is the Supreme.
Yes, but if we all have that quality, how can we? Only Krishna should have.
No, 50 qualities. No, there are 64 qualities.
Mm-hmm.
Out of that, Brahma has got only 50.
Mm-hmm.
In that 50 qualities, we also have the same 50. Mm-hmm. The Karmi also have got the same 50. So the Brahma's that 50 qualities like a very solid. The other living entities who are slowly advancing, to them the 50 qualities like a liquid. Mm-hmm. To the Karmi is like a shadow. Mm-hmm. You know, that means the shadow you are not benefited. The liquid, you know, like a milk, you know, there are liquid milk, there are also, you know, what do you call the thick, you know, milk. So the liquid is also benefits you, but the hard one also benefits more harder. So in this way, the 50 qualities of Lord Brahma are there. And Lord Shiva now gets extra 5. You know, so we only go up to Lord Brahma 50. No. Mm-hmm. But to come to the level of Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu, there is another 5 and 5, goes on like that. What is your...
No, there was one. I'll go and look at the
qualities
and I'll come back. I'll ask. Because I can't, the words, I have to get the words right.
Oh, you want to know the words?
Another question is, yes, we have shortcomings and we can all work on them, but envy is that one thing that is deadly, deadly. And it kind of can sneak in. You don't always know that it's coming in, but one day you wake up and you realize, it's gotten its way inside.
See, according to the Shastra, there is no one thing such as envious. Envious is the combination of 5 things. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. All together, combined together, it becomes envious. So envious you cannot utilize because, you know, it's the 5 different. Bhakti Mukunda Thakur say, Kama, Krishna, Karma, Panela. Desire you can engage in Krishna's service, no? Krodha you can, anger also you can engage, like, you know, Lord, you know, Hanuman, you know. And Lobha, greed, you know, you become, I want to chant more, I want to read more, I want to understand more. So like that, all 5 you can engage in Krishna's service. But combined together, it becomes envious here. So if you wanted to take away the envious, so you have to work on these 5 things. You know. So that is, you know, the enviousness finally comes because of your fear of losing your position. Fear, you know, that you're teaching and you're holding some position and somebody become competing with you, you know, then, you know, they wanted to, you're in fear that they may take over the position which you are aiming, so you want to finish them off. So generally it comes due to fear, and fear comes due to ignorance. Ignorance comes due to forgetfulness of Krishna. Yeah.
You said in your answer, don't reveal your life secret.
Your life secret to even your own family members.
At the present moment, I don't have an idea of my life secret. What could be or what is meant with this. I came very late to Krishna consciousness.
Okay.
I was already 45, and at the present moment, I would think my life secret is that I'm allowed to practice Krishna consciousness.
Yeah.
This we should share with others. What is meant with this?
Well, just like, if let's say if a policeman, get you on some case, let's say if somebody got killed, then you're one of the suspect, and they come and take you and go. The moment they take you and go, they will tell you that, anything you say will be used against you. That means there are some secrets are inside us. Like, let's say, for example, the couple are married, husband and wife. He would have, before marriage, he would be like a big womanizer. And he would have openly, one day we would have told his wife, I met so many girls, all this. And after some time, when little bit thing, the wife, thinks, this guy is that kind of character, it may used against him. There are certain things that, it disturbs your existence in the world. So there is certain secret, your life secret is there. That means there are certain things it cannot be told to the people. You don't even tell to your own family members because it may use against you.
Because it's not something positive.
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we should tell to Krishna. So
Yeah, everything that's what it is. You have to come and speak to Krishna, that's it. Because today we are friends. Tomorrow we can become enemy. The enemy can become friends, the friends can become enemy. There are 7 kinds of friends in the world. They're called, Vashya Mitra, Advaita Mitra, Lagutta Mitra, Dhruva Mitra, and then Pitru Pitraham Mitra, and then Ubhaya Bhavi Mitra, Udasina Mitra. There is, the number 1 is, Vasya Mitra means, somebody become your friend, for some material gain. Just like you are a rich man, they think, I hang around with these people, maybe I can get some, wealth, I may get some business, For some reason they hang around with you. The moment they think, that's it, I don't get anything else, they go away. Just like somebody comes together in the name of marriage, he thinks that, she's very beautiful, I should marry, I should go. After some time he found, she's not very beautiful, there is somebody else more beautiful, he'll throw and then go away. So for selfish friend, they're one kind of friend. The second is Advaita friend, that he's a friend, he'll be with you all the time around. Good time also he'll be with you, and bad time also he'll be with you. The third is that, Lagutta Mitra, that, he doesn't communicate, doesn't speak to you so much. But where there is a requirement, when there's a requirement, you need some help, you go to that person who will help you. But he doesn't, keep too much with you. The fourth is Dhruva Mitra, and we say, I only got one special friend, A special friend is there. Number 5 is Pitru Pitraha, all your, friends, all your, relatives, your family environment, your brothers, the family, all your relatives, family environment also, another kind of friend for you. And number 6 is Ubhaya Bhavi Mitran. He helps the people he knows, he also helps the people he doesn't know. The 7th is called Udasina Mitran. He's a useless friend. He never helps somebody whom he knows, he never also helps somebody whom he doesn't know. He doesn't help anybody. Udasina, useless friend, we say. So the Shastra says, out of these 7 friends, none of them are your real friends. Because when somebody, is a bad fellow, is with you for some reason, materials, and after that, he's not with you, or somebody don't even want to know about you much, But he says, somebody also good, they are all the time with you, good or bad, But the Shastra says, out of 7, none of them are very good friends to you, because when you are dying, none of these friends will come and tell you, also go with you. So he says, only the Dharma, the Krishna, whom you have come in for, that Dharma follows you. Even you come as a dog in next life, Krishna enters into your dog body, he remains as a super soul and give you the intelligence how to survive in the world. So Krishna is your real friend. So when anything you come and speak to Krishna, And out of, the qualities of Krishna, as I've mentioned, that one of the qualities that, Then he says Suramyanga Sarvasa Lakshanam Proktam Ruchira Tejasanvita Baliyan Vayasanvita Vivida Bhuta Bhasavid means he can understand all your language. You know? Vivida Bhuta Bhasavid. Satya Vakya is very honest friend. You know. Vivida Bhuta Bhasavid Satya Vakya. Priyavarta Vavaduka. That even to the great offender, he speaks very nicely to them. And Vavaduka, all his words are very pleasing to hear to the ear. So Krishna is a real friend. You must come and talk to him. Reveal your mind. Because human being are human being because they've been when Brahma created the human being, he created them with 5 kinds of ignorance in their life. That is there in the chapter, Canto 3, chapter 20, text 18. Maybe we can speak a little bit more tomorrow about this thing. So everybody has got this ignorance in themselves. So today you can be a friend, tomorrow you can become an enemy. And they may use, your, shortcomings, your weakness, he can use against you. So for that reason, only anything come and speak to Krishna. Of course, the Shastra says, for advancement of spiritual life, you have to have an exchange of love, between the devotees. Darati, Prati, Giriyanati, Bhakti, Bodhi, there are 6 kinds of exchanges is there. One is, by giving prasadam, another by accepting prasadam. The third is by, giving gift, and the fourth is by accepting gift. And 5th is revealing your mind. And 6th, to accepting, So revealing your mind not to anybody and everybody, somebody who is really confidential. So normally we speak to the spiritual master in understanding that, they don't reveal to others. Like, you are initiated, now you're thinking, you're not able to chant your rounds, Or you're breaking some principle, You tell a devotee, who is your friend today, I'm not chanting my round, I'm breaking my rules, Today your friend, tomorrow you become enemy, the whole German will know already, Sita is not chanting round, this problem, so you have to be very careful. So importantly, you reveal your mind to Krishna. Krishna can help you. The beauty of the halwar, the devotees of Krishna in South India, the 12 halwars, the ornaments of the Lord's body became halwar, great devotee. Always they go and speak to the Lord. Always they go and speak to the Lord. There was one halwar, he was going to one temple in Sri Rangam, South India. Then he saw that one young girl, sweeping and mopping, he also was very young. And going, and then then at one stage they became old, and the girl also became old, So he was still going to the temple. He was still seeing the girl, from young age, she has become old. Still she's sweeping and mopping the temple. He was very impressed, and then he told the girl, I was very impressed, from the young age till, old age, you are still doing the same service. Is there any way I can bless your life? She said, I'm always wanted to serve the Lord. So if I can get the, youth body again, I can continue. So he, chanted some mantra into the ear of the girl, and then she got the youth body again. And this time the body is more attractive, And she was still, go back and continue the service in the temple. So the king came one day, saw that a beautiful girl is here, sweeping. And then he came to know the story that actually she was blessed, by the alwa to have a youth body again to continue the service to the Lord. So then, one time the Alva's assistant, disciple went to the palace, he goes there, sometime to recite this and that. When he went there, the king said, of course the king married the girl, took her to the palace. And then when he met the Alva's disciple, he said, you've been a disciple of the Alva for a long time. So, you please tell me what is that mantra. I also wanted to get a youth body. He says, my Guru Maharaj, will never reveal to anybody unless he's pleased with somebody's devotion. He says, no, you are coming here, you better tell me, He said, no, I'm not telling you. And the king said, if you're not telling me, you cannot stay in my kingdom. You have to leave my kingdom, You have to leave. So the disciple went back, and then, he was packing, he wants to leave the kingdom. And then the Guru asked him, why you are leaving? He said, the king said, that I cannot live here. I'm leaving. So the Guru said, if my disciple cannot live here, why I must live here? I'm also leaving. So he also packed, So both of them went to Krishna. And the Guru told Krishna, I'm your devotee, If I'm not there, you are not there. You are not there, I'm not there. How you come to know to the world? Because the devotees are talking about you. How they become a devotee? Because of you. So devotees and you are always connected. Now the king said, my disciple cannot stay here. He has to leave. So he he wanted to leave. And if my disciple leaving, what I'm going to do? I'm also leaving. If I'm leaving, what are you going to do? You also leave. He told the Lord, and then Lord, he was lying down in the Ananda Sesha, and he told, you pack your, mattress and let us go. So the Lord got down and then, he packed, his Ananda Sesha, put it like that, and then they started to walk. And the king was told that, something is big, disaster is going to happen in your country because the Lord is already leaving. He's already halfway walking, Then the king ran and then he came and, fell at the feet of the Lord. He says, please forgive me, You come back to my country. The Lord says, my devotee not coming, how I can come? He spoke to him. Devotee says, okay, let us go back. Then the Lord come back again. So all these devotees, the great, they always communicate with the Lord. Because He is the greatest solution for the problem of your life. Evil here, Now like Kundi Devi said, Twai me nanni visya matir padupati sakri ratim udvahadat gala gange vagam. My dear Krishna, before you leave, please cut off the attachment, my attachment towards my kinsmen and family, let me drown only unto your lotus feet, just like the Ganges flowing and, entering into the ocean. Let my, love only drown unto your lotus feet. Like that, when you're advancing and advancing, your only solution is the Lord and nobody else. So you have to come and talk to Him every day. Prabhupada talks about the Kulasekara Halwar, he goes, Krishna, Todiya Pankajam, Pancharat. He said, my dear Lord, while I'm healthy, please take me away from here, I can see you, the time comes I cannot see you, what's the point dying at that time, And, they are very great devotees, the Tirumangai Alwar, he did so many things, then, this, Kulasekar Halwar, you can put his hand into the, that where they brought a snake, maybe I don't know whether you know this story, that he challenged, the palace. He was a king. He challenged, maybe tomorrow we'll see, 9:30, that, he said the Vaishnava will never do wrong, he said Vaishnava will never do wrong. Only way to test, he said bring a snake, So there's a great story. So the Lord can communicate with you, He can talk to you, He can do, provided that we got the kind of faith, that the Lord can communicate. Everything falls back again. How much faith you have got in Krishna. That's it.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Nitai Gaura Pramanande.